Hello once again. One day in early spring I was pushing Agnetha out onto the drive to do some work on her, and there was a scraping noise followed by a clunk, and she wouldn't move. She wouldn't go backwards or forwards. She wanted to stay exactly where she was, and I looked underneath and realised she had become firmly wedged. So her exhaust, long suffering and very corroded, had completely come off, and it was bent and it was wedged in the floor pan. So I took a hacksaw and I had to cut it into 3 pieces and remove the exhaust, and that's why when we've been running it, it's so loud. So I've got some idea of what I want to do for an exhaust, but I need more time to think about it. I also want to run the car and do some more tests with it, but I don't want it to just destroy the entire neighborhood each time we run it. So I'm going to look at this old exhaust again and see what I can do to bodge it back on and at least get some kind of noise reduction and kind of minimize the risk of me dying of carbon monoxide poisoning. Right now that's the entire exhaust system, so it just comes straight off the exit manifold, and that's why it is so damn loud. So even though it's very rusty, it's a complete exhaust, I guess, and a bit bent. So it's in 3 pieces, the little bit we just looked at, and then the downpipe, I think that's the name for it. This is where I sawed that bit off. Then there's the silencer, some brackets, well, the rubber hanger thingies that are not much good, and then the back box, which has seen far better days, but it'll be good enough. It can't be any louder, can it? So I think first thing to do is just weld that back together. That'll be a good start. It's coming up quite nicely actually. Just need a good connection for the earth, which in the case of flux core welding is actually the positive. Need a brick. Or 2. Okay, that'll do. For starters. Knew I'd forgotten something. nice to weld stuff that isn't like tin foil. You can really, you know, melt it and it doesn't turn into a great big hole or set on fire. Oh, beautiful. Yeah. It should be one piece again shortly. Yeah, I suppose this needs to be replaced, right? Maybe. Oh, I don't know. Is it that bad? We'll see. Better than new. Oh, nice big hole in it there though, isn't there? Balls. Glad I've got my special IKEA MIG pliers. Right tool for the job. Yeah, it is cable. Ah, cable. I suppose for completion we could do something about this as well. Just stick a plate on it. Okay, one carefully templated repair patch, one block of wood, and no, there's a hole in it. No, there's not a hole in it. That'll do really. It's just to stop the whole guts of it coming out. And I won't bother doing anything with this. The other thing is, I don't have a lift, so I can't really put this into one piece and then put it back on. I need to unbend that bit, but I also wonder if I should just slice this off and make a sleeve. Then I can then just put this back on the manifold and then slide that in from underneath. Then I won't have to lift I'll have to jack it up, but I won't have to lift it up. And it's just started raining. Quick, put everything away. I stopped filming for a bit because I was ducking in and out of the showers, but I think this is ready to go on the car. I'm not ready to get it to go on the car, but it's ready. So that's now downpipes welded on, and then we've got an invention. So this goes onto the manifold, the engine end, and then it goes down past the bulkhead and then just underneath the floor pan. Now my problem is not having a lift. I would struggle to get the car jacked up high enough to put this under. So I've invented a thing which is this little sleeve here that I've just welded on, and the idea is that I can attach this onto the engine, junk, and then I can kind of slide this underneath the car on jack stands, and then get this to kind of go into there, and then just bung a load of exhaust tape on it, or just exhaust gunk, whatever, and that'll do. Then we've got an exhaust that's not exactly efficient, and it's very Frankensteinian even, but it'll keep the noise down. And I'm thinking of sending the Allegro next year to a professional to have the welding done and a couple of other things. So if there's a complete exhaust on, I could also say, look, can you also take the exhaust off, have a look what you need, and buy it and get a new exhaust on it. I think even these, I think it's the same bore size that's used on larders and polonaises, so it hopefully shouldn't be an issue to get the parts. But yeah, I think that's not bad for a Saturday afternoon. So in the week we'll try and get this installed and see if it makes any difference. I'm pretty sure it will. It'll sound like the most blowy exhaust in the world, but it shouldn't sound like the Battle of Britain anymore. Yeah, that's it. Beer o'clock. If there's one thing I really hate though about working on cars, it's jacking them up. I even have bad dreams about it, but I'm just gonna have to get over that, I think. Yeah, my fear isn't entirely unjustified. So the jack support here is gone, and it's actually started to bend the floor pan, but you can lift it here. This is really strong, so I jacked it up there, and then it's now resting on some wooden blocks underneath the strut tower, which is one of the strongest parts of the car. And then at the back I've got wooden blocks supporting it on the rear jack stand, but still there's not a lot of clearance. I'll just see if I can get it into position at least. Okay, I actually found out that the hangers are all at the back, so I'm just going to have to lift the back end up more than the front end. Right, I've lifted it up a bit more here. Look, I think there's a... what's that called? The tin worm? Never mind. I think if I take that wheel off, I can pretty easily get to the hanger and snap the old thing on with the prescribed little cable ties. Let's have a go at that. When people talk about sagging hydrogas, I think this is what they mean. Does your car do this when you jack it up? Yeah, that's what 50 years nearly around the Arctic Circle will do to rubber. I'm sure these will be far more durable. Let's get a closer look. So, there's the hooky thing for the exhaust, and there's the hooky thing for the car body. On the other side you've also got the remains of the other hanger. So we'll just get a ziplock on hopefully both of them. Let's try. It's kind of on. That's one on. I'm sure that'll stay on. What about the others? There should be another hanger right at the back here, under the boot for this jobby. Is that it? This thing must be. Okay, let's try again with this. Oops. For anyone who hasn't seen the previous videos, this is a purely temporary solution while I test the engine on the drive, just to keep the noise levels down. Obviously I'm not going on the road with it like that, besides which it doesn't have any brakes or suspension, so plenty of good reasons. Oh, and the tyres are maybe older than the car, but apart from that everything's good to go. Alright, looks suitably cowboyish, doesn't it? Good bit of redneck engineering, right? Now we'll do the relatively easy part. I'm missing the other end of that. Balls. It's on the garage floor, of course. Look at that. Might get a new one of those, do you think? It'll do for now. I just realised this should connect onto the final drive down there, so that the weight isn't being supported by the manifold. I have to have a look at that as well. It's gonna rain. No rain forecast. Can't rain. Oh, ow, 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 I'm stuck. Alright, this is just to get the position. I think you're meant to put some exhaust sealer as some other things around there, and an actual complete clamp would be good. But I just want to make sure I'm getting everything in the right position before I lower it. Okay, there it is. It's on. One bolt, that's all you need really. And then let's have a look under here. So it's fitted just into the sleeve there. Probably get some exhaust tape on that, and it just goes straight down there and out the back, zip locks and all. Time to lower this beast. Well, that worked out alright in the end. I'm not going to start it today because it's Sunday and don't want to push my luck, so let's wait until tomorrow. It was enough of a workout as it was, and the rain is threatening to spoil our play, so I'm just going to push Agnetha back into the garage and she can go to bed and I can have a cup of tea. Blowback, but it's nothing like before. What's coming out the back? started to rise. I can actually hear myself thinking here. Yeah, I think this will do for now. It sounds almost normal now. Shall we go for a little drive? Yeah, I think we'll take it for a drive, shall we? Okay, you ready? First. Be nice to have some brakes. Reverse. Feel that power. Yeah, it's really not great just using the handbrake. Alright, let's go to the garage again. I'm amazed. You know, now all the horses have returned, or at least most of them, I think it'd be good to get some brakes to keep those horses under control. See if we can put the clutch all the way in that. The choke. Yeah. Choke's in, it seems to be fine. Really sounds okay, doesn't it? Let's go for another drive. Sorry, tree. And that was with the handbrake on, so really good. Stop. Nice one. Let's try it without the handbrake on. And without hitting any trees. And without hitting the gate. One more time. Oops, no brake. Oh yeah, we're just cruising, man. Yeah. Brilliant. Temperature gauge is right in the middle. Let's go and see what the radiator's doing. Looks alright. I don't see any leaks. I think it's good. Yeah, this will do. This will do just fine. Amazing to see these dials coming back to life. And the horses have come back. Yeah, need more brakes. The handbrake is definitely not reassuring enough. I'm going to switch it off now. You beauty. You absolute beauty. Okay, that's it for this one. I think that was pretty successful. It would still be prudent, I think, to put some exhaust tape around where the bit goes into the sleeve thingy, because there was quite a lot of gas coming out of there, and it's not great. So we need to not be breathing in carbon monoxide, and we need to keep the noise levels down as much as we can. So that's a little job to do, not a big job. One big job to do that I really need to do now is to get the foot brake going, and I have received from the Allegro club the last one they had in stock. So this is for the Girling tandem brake master cylinder. It's a repair kit, so we can put that on, but I'm also going to have to, I think, get new calipers. I think it's difficult to get Allegro calipers, but I've read apparently Austin Maxi calipers, or at least some type of Austin Maxi calipers, can be used instead, and they are available. But that's going to be a very big job, and I've been doing loads of big jobs on this lately. I want something a bit more fun to do, and what could be more fun than installing this? So this is your genuine Lucas Leyland whatever headlight wiper switch. So the one I've got's busted, of course, and again the club were kind enough to send me not one but two headlight wiper switches. So I think for the next video we'll install this and maybe even put a pump on the headlight wipers so we get the full effect and everyone can have a good headlight wiper party, as I'm sure that must be a thing, right? Okay, thanks for watching, see you in the next one, bye.